Could have given me like 10 seconds more.
I didn't know if that worked or not, but anyway, guys, welcome to. There you go. He's already started. Look. Well, welcome to Anything Arsenal's Transfer Focus. As always, Brian's here as well with us, as always, as I say. But if you haven't done so already, like and subscribe to our video on YouTube. Follow us on all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Share amongst yourselves, also your family members. Get them to subscribe if they're asked. If they're not, we don't care. Just get subscribing and get liking on our video. How are you doing this evening, though, Brian?
Not bad, mate. I've had a nice chill day. The wife was out.
Off, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, a bit of annual leave.
Yeah.
Wife was out, kids were out. Sat there just watching TV for hours.
Evening, Tim. Thanks for that. And just for why Rogue put that, it's that Brian put that. So
don't judge me.
I don't judge you. So, mate, thanks for joining us again as always. I want to start with a bit of off topic about football. Just for a quick second. On yesterday, sad passing of Sean Lock. I know he's a Chelsea fan, but it's nothing to do with that. At the end of the day, he was one of mine and Brian's, I think even Liam's favourite comedian.
Yeah.
I thought he was hilarious, and I think it's a really sad loss. Just basically, I've got a beer here, so cheers to Sean Lock. Rest in peace, mate. Really sad. It was a shock for me and you, Brian. I think for everyone. I didn't even know he was that ill. I don't think anyone did, but
no, I wasn't aware.
But rest in peace, mate. The thoughts with family and friends right now, especially your wife and children. So, but you live long in the memory of all your. Been watching clips and everything. So, and yeah, it's just.
I just want to quickly point out there, if anyone can be bothered, or a nice bit of funny memorabilia for him, just go and search "Tiger Who Fancied a Pint."
Oh, that's brilliant.
One of the best things I've ever seen in my life.
Or carrot in a box. You've ever seen that? That's bloody hilarious. But yeah, RIP Sean Lock there for going, Tim. Thanks for that, mate. So just got me drink there for him. So rest in peace, mate. Such sad. Just so sad, really. But anyway, we're getting to the transfer focus. Obviously, we've all heard news from the last couple of days. These have been pushing forward. We're going to start with, obviously, the first one, Martin Odegaard. I'm hearing now it's about 30 million plus 4 million in add-ons, possibly. How do you feel about this? I know we've both been a bit negative about it. I wouldn't say negative, a bit realistic, I suppose. But how do you feel about this now?
Negative show tonight. So if you don't like it, jog on.
Cheers, Rogue. Cheers, mate. It was so sad. So, yeah, RIP Lockie. All said, Simon. So, yeah, how do you feel about Martin Odegaard joining us?
When it comes down to price, the price isn't bad. It's a bit over the top. 25 to 30, I think, was fairly accurate. In the grand scheme of things, I don't think he's going to make a difference for us at all.
I think it's good enough. Score against Chelsea.
Oh, we'll come into that later.
We'll come into that, mate. Don't worry about that. Do you think, though, right, so in the 14 games that he played last season, he got one goal, which, again, people dispute that it was an own goal against Tottenham because it took a massive deflection. Got 2 assists. I think it was that game and the West Ham game that he showed quality, especially the West Ham game for me. I know I'm not saying he's a crap player or anything like a rubbish player. I think he's a okay, decent player. But for me at this moment in time, we have got a lot of players who are 22 years old, who are ones for the future. Who's going to take these guys forward as a leader and bring them up to their standards? This is what I worry about. If we get another player with Martin Odegaard, fair enough. But what I just want to know who, I look at Bernardo Silva, for example, my number one choice. I know he's going to cost 60 million, but would players look to Martin Odegaard to get them out of games for example, where you look at Bernardo Silva and he's got, you go, you know, I'm going to look at him, he's going to get us out of a game, he's going to win us this game or get us out of a hole. Whereas Martin Odegaard actually got that in him.
The thing that I see with it is he tried, you know what I mean? He tries to drag the game, you know, tries to grab the scruff of the neck, and he tries to do stuff. I just don't think he's good enough to actually do, not that he's not good enough to do that, but
at this moment in time,
at this moment in time, no, not personally. I mean, everyone's got their own opinion. I mean, I've had people giving it the large on fucking Twitter and Facebook recently to me. But end of the day, opinions are like arseholes. Everyone's got one.
Yeah.
And then someone decided to say to me on Twitter, well, you've proven to me that every arsehole has a human.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure if he was just calling me an arsehole or trying to make a play on it.
Yeah, probably, mate. But that's Twitter for you. But
toxic Twitter. But, you know, I do laugh at people like that. But
what makes me laugh, though, is...
No, I don't think he's good enough to drag a team out of we're losing 1-0, you know, all hands on deck. I just don't think he's that kind of player. Can be a good leader, maybe 5 years down the line. But
we haven't got that time, have we?
No, of course we don't. No.
This is the problem I have with this deal. I mean, I think people are getting the wrong idea. We are obviously going to support him, and hopefully he proves us wrong, that he does drag us out and he becomes, I don't know, like a world-class player. I hope he does that. But at this moment in time, he's not going to do that. And it's not really fair on us to think he's going to do that. And it puts pressure on him because we're going to have to rely on him to do it now. Because we're not going to get that extra player. We're not going to get a star player. And what makes me laugh is that people say how big a club we are. We're a massive club. We know we're a massive club. We know that. In the world football, everyone even says it on Sky, BT Sport, whatever channel they're on, they say we're a massive club. But then in the next comment, this is all on Twitter, and the next comment, oh, but we can't attract that type of player because of where we are at the moment. We're not that big a club anymore. Then literally one tweet, then the next tweet, we're not that big a club. And it's the same person. And I'm just like, well, which one is it? Are we a massive club that can attract players still because how big we are? Or we're not because we're shit at the moment? You know, which one is it? You can't say one thing and go back and say another.
We are a club in freefall right now.
Yeah.
And as much as it is shit to say, it's bang on truth. I mean, for years we've gone from fighting for titles to then thinking top four's adequate for this club, as long as it keeps us in the Champions League, to then finishing, was it sixth, with Unai Emery? And then 2 years of eighth.
We'll struggle to get in the top 10 this year, probably, mate.
Yeah, no, I agree with Johnny there.
Need Bernardo Silva, Max Aarons. Again, with Max Aarons, I'd like Max Aarons, but again, I'll go back to what I said in the previous stream. Maybe for the time being, we need that experienced right back at the moment because we have got a lot of young players coming through, and we've got a stack of crap right backs at the moment we need to get rid of. So I think right back at the moment is last on the list because we've simply got too many who are crap and no one wants to buy them. I mean, I don't know how you feel about that, but
I would all day say that none of our right backs are good enough. Chambers isn't the right back, in my opinion. We've had countless conversations about this. I've always seen him as a centre back. I think he's a good centre back. If you're going to go on the likes of Bellerin and Cedric, you're going to go with Cedric. Bellerin's a waster. Can't stand him. So I'm never going to want Bellerin to play in this team, ever.
Twitter's a cesspool. That said, if you haven't got European football, you haven't got shit. May as well be Championship Newcastle.
Yeah, no. With the right back situation, I would be starting Cedric. I would not be starting Mari. At this point in time, I still think Chambers is a better centre back than Holding. Excuse me, my wife's asking me to undo a button.
Oh, well, welcome to Anything Arsenal, people.
Anything porn? No, where was I? Yeah, I would partner Chambers with Ben White until Gabriel's fit, and then put Cedric as a right back because it's just even Arteta. Well, I say even Arteta. Arteta come out and said that he is our most technically gifted right back that we have. So he dropped him and played Chambers. Does that make sense? When you think about it, come on.
But the thing is, with Martin Odegaard,
right back. He only started making mistakes and fucking up when he was playing left back.
Do you see Martin Odegaard more as a number 8 than a number 10? I personally do.
I don't know. I mean, he's got that random pass in him to break a line. And I'll say random because it doesn't happen often. Yeah, probably a box-to-box.
I don't think he's a box-to-box. I don't think he's got the pace or the energy to do that. I think he's more of not a luxury player as such. I just think, well, at this moment in time, I would want a more established leader in that middle midfield personally. But if we got him and that established player, great, fantastic. But that, for me, if that's the only midfield signing we're going to make this summer, that significant one, and then I think we're in deep trouble. Because again, I look at last season. I asked this question several times. It's like Rogue said there, he's a cesspool to it. I've asked this question several times. They're going, oh yeah, he's a baller. He's a baller. He's a great midfielder, Martin Odegaard. That's all I get back. I say, but what, can you tell me, anyone tell me what he done in those 14 games to justify us getting him on a permanent deal? Because I can't say anything he did. And then they pull this stat out of their arse, and all the pie charts and all the charts come out, and all that shit come out of the woodwork. And there's this one called, what was it, the XT thing. I can't remember what it was about, but basically he's on par with Kevin De Bruyne, and he's better than Gundogan, Bernardo Silva. Who else was in there? Like the Chelsea midfielders and stuff like that. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, so you're saying he's that good? He's on par with De Bruyne and all that? And they went, yeah, he is, because of that one stat. And I'm like, I know who had the better season, what I saw. Those players below in that stat, and obviously Kevin De Bruyne, were years ahead of him, light years ahead of him. So that stat they gave was actually
injured for a while as well.
It was irrelevant. Oh, Odegaard, yeah, for a little bit.
De Bruyne. I'm sure De Bruyne.
Yeah, De Bruyne's always injured,
and yet he still levels above him. But
yeah, stats. But this one stat that where he's played 14 games is put him level with people and above people where they've played the whole season. And I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, you've pulled that stat out your ass to try and prove a point, but it makes it irrelevant because those players that he's above had a miles better season than him. So it makes it irrelevant. So where that stat they've pulled just to justify their, I mean, again, they're entitled to their opinion. If they think Odegaard's a great sign, great, good for you. Good for you. But I think it's the normal standard signing we've seen year in, year out, of where we lack ambition of going and spending that extra money to go and get that one star player that could change this team, and it gets on my fucking nerves. And when I asked the question of what did he do, no one can fucking answer it. No one has come back with an absolute constructive answer to why he's worth 30 million. We actually what he did to get a permanent move to Arsenal Football Club. That's what I'm getting at. And I hope he does. In the years to come, he probably will be a good player, but you can't guarantee that. You can't guarantee Smith Rowe will be a world-class player.
I said this Sunday stream. I want people like that to prove me wrong.
Yeah.
I want to, hypothetically eat my hat. Just because then something good is happening. Instead of being so pissed off with all of these fucking below par transfers that we're doing. But let's babe, get your fun kit on. Got some music coming on.
Sorry, it's
I'm lost thinking about burlesque music now and running around doing some cleaning.
No, you said you wanted them to prove you wrong.
Yeah, I want them to prove me wrong. I don't think Odegaard is good enough at this point in time for Arsenal.
And what we
prove
need.
Me wrong. I don't think Arteta is good enough for this job. Prove me wrong.
Oh, there's another point.
We'll get on to Ramsdale in a minute. Fucking prove me wrong.
Well, this is the thing. When people say, he's better, Odegaard's better than what we got. Ramsdale's better than what we got. But as soon as I go, Conte's better than what we've got. Hit the fucking roof. I hit the roof.
Willock's
and I'm like, well, he is. You can't fucking
goal scorer midfielder. He creates more chances than Odegaard.
Yeah.
We sold him.
Conte is the manager.
No, I know you're on about. I'm just on about when you say like Odegaard. Apparently he's the next big thing. Willock's stats for Newcastle when he was on loan, he shat all over Odegaard.
He's been the next big thing since he was 15, but he's done nothing in that time for me. And you would have done something by the age of 22. Saka's done something. Look at him.
We go back to what we were saying about Saliba. All these loans, but yet no one sees Saliba as the next big thing. Just like Odegaard had all these loans for the last 7 years.
But all of a sudden he's the next big thing.
But that's crap. Again, prove me wrong. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, prove me wrong. But anyway, Odegaard's coming. Welcome Martin Odegaard.
Yep.
I'm going to support him, and I hope he proves me wrong. I'm going to sit there. The only thing I've got I feel sorry for him is he's got to hit the ground running, and he's going to have so much pressure on him now from us fans to do that, and he's not going to hit the ground running because he needs time, and this is why we need ready-made players now to do that for us. But now we're relying on a 22-year-old kid basically to hit the ground running, and it's not going to happen. But welcome Martin Odegaard anyway. I know we've been a bit negative and a bit pessimistic and all that, but
we know we watch this channel, so welcome, mate.
Yeah, but welcome. But anyway, we go on to again with this sort of double deal that's happening today. I think they're taking their medicals or signing the contracts late this evening. Maybe tomorrow morning they'll probably be announced on a Friday. Aaron Ramsdale, it's 24 million plus 6 million possible add-ons. Bournemouth,
the reason why they're such a first-team player.
Well, the thing is, the reason why they're saying it's such a high price because Bournemouth get 15% if it's above 19 million. So they get 15% of 24.
Yeah, so they want as much money as possible. That's
yeah.
Business,
I can understand Sheffield United doing that. But like you've just mentioned now, I was going to get into that. Do you think he's going to be first team? Because he costs more than Leno now.
It depends on if that add-ons has got a time limit. If he doesn't make first team goalkeeper at all this season, or established this season as first team goalkeeper, and then that little clause ends, no way in hell are Arsenal going to go, you're number one, mate. No, they're going to stick him in the Carabao Cup and fucking FA Cup, and basically, not that he can rot any further, but leave him so he only gets 8 games or maybe 10 games.
But
they don't have to pay the extra 6 million. It's a fucking rip-off, mate.
Is Ramsdale good or what I've ever seen play? Well, he's got relegated the last 2 seasons, but that doesn't tell the whole story, obviously, with one player. He's a good shot stopper. I don't know if he could play well with his feet, to be honest. I ain't seen enough of that to play. So, because we play out from the back, and it's quite obvious we haven't got the players to do that, especially starting with the goalkeeper at the moment. Leno used to be able to, but now all of a sudden he's gone to shit. So, I don't know what's happening now. But at the end of the day, he seems to be going downhill. I don't know why. But I haven't seen enough of Ramsdale, what he does with his feet. I know he's a good shot, so he's made the England team. Again, 30 million possible 30 million for a championship keeper. Bit of a risk. 23 years old, though. I suppose he's only going to get better. But that amount of money, he's cost more than our starting keeper. So I think,
what pisses me off, we could have got Johnson, or Johnston, whatever his name is, for 10 million. We could have got Onana for 9 million euros. Right? Yes, he's got his little doping ban, but that's still 6 games at the start of the season before he's available. He's allowed back in November, I think.
Yeah, Gary Treadwell's made a great comment, though. Even though surely other guys should hit the ground running, he has a season with us, should already be upstream with the league, and don't get me started on Ramsdale. Right, sorry, go on.
Yeah, so Onana comes in November, so that's 6 to 8 games that we have to deal with Leno being shocking. Well,
at this moment, that's fucking possible.
Hey?
At the moment, Leno being awful is fucking possible at the moment.
Well, yeah.
So it's the same with any player.
When November comes, you've got a fucking class goalkeeper waiting to go, it's all right, I'll sort this shit out. I don't get... Ajax don't produce crap.
To fuck off now.
They don't produce crap. Everyone knows that. Onana is a class goalkeeper. For 9 million euros, we could have got him, buckled in for 8 games, and then be relieved. I don't get it. We were linked to that. Is it Woodman, the third goalkeeper from Newcastle? He was
I think he's better than Woodman.
Who?
Ramsdale. At this moment in time.
It's quite possible, but I'm sitting there thinking, right, obviously, we'll lead up to what I actually want to go into a bit later on. But you had homegrown. So if you're going to go homegrown, you've got your Ramsdale, you've got your Johnson, you've got your Woodman.
Hopefully, Amy, you're okay. You know, I know you're not in a good way, but hopefully you're okay. Hopefully we cheer you up with some better news than yesterday.
But look, there was options.
There you go, Rogue. Cheers, mate, for
10 million, 12 million, and we've just done up to 30 million for England's fourth choice goalkeeper. Again, prove me wrong. But he's not going to get the chance to prove me wrong because of that extra 6 million fucking in add-ons.
What about under 23 goalkeeper? What Okonkwo? He's not good enough at the moment.
He signed as professional. Obviously, he's now a part of the first team. I don't think he's ready. I've watched quite a bit of him. I think he's a very good goalkeeper, but he's not ready yet.
No.
Same with Hine. I think he's pretty good as well, but he's not ready yet.
No. I mean, he might be off anyway at the end. Even apparently we are after Atkins and Stanley's back four, probably.
How are we doing, Papa?
Yeah, morning, Dad. Evening, Dad. So I say morning. What fucking time is it? But yeah, I think for Ramsdale, personally, again, I haven't seen enough of him play. As well, I think he has to start. I think if you pay that amount of money for him, I think he has to start over Leno because you paid that money.
Why would you pay 30 million for a backup?
Yeah, you won't. You won't pay 30 million, possible 30 million for a backup. I think he has to start.
And do you know what? Someone's getting backhanders all over the place, mate. Seriously. Skyrocket, someone's getting some money out of this shit.
I'll tell you what, if he wants a new start with this team, Arteta, play him. Now. Play him from the start. Do it. Just play him. Because at the end of the day, we can't do any worse. Leno doesn't seem... I'll tell you what, Leno doesn't even seem to want to be there at the moment. I'll get
into Arteta before we fucking finish this stream.
Yeah, well, Leno has to be out the door, surely. Well, this is the thing. I think you won't be happy with it. But I reckon you start with Ramsdale now. You've paid that money. Let him prove a point.
Yeah, but then if Leno fucks off, we've got no backup goalkeeper.
No, but this is the thing.
Okay.
But he wants someone to challenge Leno. So it's a. I don't know what else he's got to do. I'll just say to him, look, not be funny. You've been off form quite a long time now. This guy's come in. We paid a lot of money for him. You're going to have to work your way back into the team. So, but anyway, what do you guys think of Ramsdale? Would you have him starting? Would you have him as a backup? Would you have him at all? Would you have had someone else? Get your comments in. And we'll go through them as the evening goes. But we're going to get on these because there's a bit of announcement today that Aubameyang and Lacazette apparently tested positive for COVID. I am not buying that one little bit because, as you said to me before the stream started, they have to report it instantly.
All Premier League clubs have to report any COVID cases straight away.
So for me...
They've been out since, when was it go? Thursday, apparently. Until now, well, so basically a week.
There you go, Stumps.
Crap. They haven't got COVID. It's bullshit.
But
that would have been announced last Thursday or Friday morning.
So Stumps don't reckon it doesn't make sense for Ramsdale for 30 minutes. Should have got an Arna for 7, who is much better, than spend 23 million on the right back. We desperately need upgrades. But apparently we are still after 2 more players after this. But I think at least one of these guys are going out the door. Personally, I think it's Lacazette. And I think
no one's going to want to pay Aubameyang's wages, are they?
No, it's going to be Lacazette. Just for example, if we got Odegaard and we swap Lacazette for Coutinho, then I'll be like, right, that's boosted our transfer fucking... Again, he's not my first choice, but... Sorry, I've got to take a sip of it. But it's... I would say I'll have that. And I'll be like, then I'll be excited for our midfield. I'll be like, right, now finally we've got a bit of a fucking midfield here. Someone to look up to. Odegaard's going to improve now. Then get excited. I just want that experienced midfielder in. But as again, Lacazette, I think, is the one out the door. So I don't know what you feel on that. What do you think? Do you reckon one, the other, or both?
What, to get rid?
Oh.
Get rid of them both.
No, but what do you think, though? I know what you want, but what do you think?
Oh, no, I generally think it's Lacazette on his way out, of course.
Why didn't we go for West Brom's goalkeeper? Some people rate him very high. He's got
I rate him more than fucking
10
Ramsdale.
or 13 million release clause, Sam Johnston. But because he's 28, he's past it, apparently. If you're above 28 or 29, you're past it nowadays. So, again, I don't get that. I think the Uber and Laka is utter ball, and I'll start Ramsdale. There you go. I'll start Ramsdale. Hi, stunt mate. Soz. Oh, but I've got to go early. No, so I hope you have a good one.
Cheers for joining us.
Yeah, see you soon, Rogue, mate. Thanks for joining us as always. Much appreciated. And hey, we've got Odegaard. Yeah.
Permanent deal.
That. Yeah, permanent deal for up to 34 million, possibly, because it's 30 million with 34 million in add-ons. Whether they got a buyback clause in that, which would be absolutely stupid, I don't know. But again, is he going to be another fucking player that goes in 2 years for half the price because he ain't good enough? I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Goalkeeper. Yeah, but apparently in any position now, you're downhill after 28, 29.
Until he was, what, 43?
Yeah, but nowadays, mate, you're 29, or 28, 29, you're past it, mate. So
Outfield
that's what we've been told this week. That's what we've been told, haven't we? As soon as we mentioned experience, we can't have him at 29. He's fucking too old. He's past it.
As we spoke about before, I agree to a point on outfield players, but not 28, obviously, because that is meant to be your prime. But certain players, I generally think, can't play anymore.
You crack me up, man. Well, apparently you are. You passed it, mate. You passed it, apparently, at 29. So that's what I've been told on Twitter. So we have, haven't we? By loads of people. So just makes me laugh. But anyway, that's what I'll do. I'd like to get the experienced player in. Personally, I think Bernardo Silva will be the best one. But it is what it is. But I think Aubameyang will stay, and I think Lacazette will be the one that goes. Whether he goes to Barcelona, whether he goes to Atletico Madrid, where he was supposed to go before he came to Arsenal, I don't know. But I think there's something not right with that. Coutinho on the island midfield, I'd love to see that. And Naka and Uber need to shape up or just fuck off. There you go. But yeah, that's what I'd like to say. If we get Odegaard an experienced midfielder, and I'll be stay and maybe make shift for one of these guys. But then again, it leaves us short up front.
So we've been linked with Calvert-Lewin again. It's never going to happen, is it? Not 2 weeks.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But Aubameyang and Lacazette, one of them's going to go. I think Lacazette. You want both out, but do you think Lacazette?
Lacazette, I think, is the one definitely going. Yeah.
Right. Okay. New right back. Now, this has come up in conversation again. The reason why, because we literally said in the last stream, I don't see us. It's probably bottom of the list because the amount of right backs we've got. We also said it earlier on in this stream. We've got 3 right backs there. Cedric, obviously, Bellerin and Chambers. Ben White can play there as well. It's still probably, sorry, I got suggested. It's still probably low down on the list, but it did throw up a few questions because Chambers was not great against Brentford, was he? Sorry, why he's just vaping there.
Sorry.
Chambers wasn't great against Brentford.
He wasn't great, but wasn't the worst person on the pitch. So it's, mate, as I said, I can only pick out 3 people that actually worth.
Not anymore, Dad.
In their place.
Not anymore. 16th of August, you don't have to. If they all test negative, don't have to self-isolate anymore.
Yeah, I mean, look, we all know my faults. Max Aarons is quality as a defender. When you look at, what's his face, Lamptey, he's better going forward. I'll play right back. I've got no pace and a gammy knee, but I'll play it. And I'd only ask for about 1,000, 2,000 a week. So.
But yeah, it's just come up on my phone now that they've been tested positive for COVID. Them so. But the right back situation, like I said, I would have got Meunier in from Borussia Dortmund. We can get him in, 29, 30 years old, just to give a bit of
Where's
leadership.
the going? Dumfries. He's been sold to someone now, hasn't he?
Yeah, I don't know who.
I can't remember who, but he, I thought he was quality.
Yeah, he looked good for Holland in the
Holland, sorry, yeah.
Denzel Dumfries, wasn't it?
Yeah.
25 years old. He now plays for Inter Milan. He went from PSV to Inter Milan, and I will tell you how much he went for. Well, no, I can't because it doesn't tell you. But yeah, he joined the
$1 million.
I was just trying to find out how much he went for. But yeah, he would have been a great signing. But again, I think it was only for about 12 million.
Mate, it was nothing. It was literally a drop in the ocean he went for.
Yeah, I think it was about 12 million he went for. So, yeah, again, he's another great right back. It's just gone off again. True, if they're all double, I'm guessing they've been double jabbed, Dad.
Yeah, no,
being footballers. Yeah, so, yeah, he's to replace Hakimi, wasn't he? Because he went to PSG, didn't he?
Yeah.
So I think he's there to replace Hakimi, Dumfries. But again, another player's gone out the window because the Champions League team snapped him up. So again, but we're apparently supposed to be massive. The next question, we can't attract him because we're not big enough. It's mind-boggling. But you would get Max Aarons, I'll get Meunier in just so I had a bit of leadership for this season. Maybe Max Aarons in a year's time or something, and then literally clear out that right back spot. Then you've got Meunier and Max Aarons then. I just think we need that bit of experience in the back four just to get that bit of leadership. Because I think Ben White and Gabriel obviously 23, 24 now. You got Tierney who's 25. Then you have that leader at the right back, 29, 30-year-old. But do we, who would you get in as an experienced right back for you, from like, obviously, like I said, I'll get Meunier. Who would you get? I know you want Max Aarons, but looking at experienced right back.
I don't know, not necessarily Premier League experience, but you had, what's his name? Dest, is it, from Barcelona? I think it's Barcelona. Yeah. He's experienced, he's not old, but he's experienced, albeit not in this league, which is probably a reason why that wouldn't happen. To be fair, it'd either be him or I would have gone with Dumfries, even though again not in the league, but they're not bad. They're solid.
Not bad. But we was looking like that as Azpilicueta, weren't we, from Chelsea again? Another flipping.
Yeah, we might as well just rename Arsenal Chelsea retirement graveyard. It's crap.
But I think Lamptey's gone off the ball completely because I'm worried about his fitness. Lamptey. So again, I wouldn't necessarily have him at the moment until he proves his fitness at Brighton. But he's a hell of a player. If he came to Arsenal, I wouldn't complain. But as Barca, do you hear James Ward-Prowse has signed a new 5-year deal with Southampton?
Was it? No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so is Bamford for the Leeds. As Barca said in their players, why don't we just buy out their entire back four? I don't think the back four is necessarily a problem. I just think if we can tweak that right back spot, and I think we've got a bit of a decent back four in our hands. I just think if that's the only position we really need to improve, I think Marin, Holding are good, and Chambers, you got them 5 good as backups. If you could sell like Bellerin and Cedric maybe, and get a right back in, and then Chambers can cover for right back, and also maybe can cover for centre back as well. So you've got that option for him, so he can play in a couple of positions, so he might be happy. That's what I would do. I'd sell Bellerin, Cedric, and get another right back in, and see where you go from there. Because. And we've still got rid of fucking Williams somehow.
Yeah.
We've all forgotten about him.
Out of moves, mate. He's just going to do that till his contract's done now, isn't
he? Yeah. So 2 years he's going to be there. Because I can't see, unless he goes to China or something like that, I don't know. But we got to get him off the books first as well. We can get him off the books. Maybe we can get it right back in with the wages and etc. and have a look at that. But I would get Mounier in from that perspective. Whether he comes to us or not, I doubt it. But I'll get someone of that ilk or that experience to come in for the experience, as in for the back four. Right, guys, what other transfer news would you like us to talk about? Get your comments in right now, because we have got the Predicted League coming up. We're still going to do this for the time being. Predicted League. I think 2 people only scored points last week. I know Gunnar Rich was one of them. And I think it might have been my dad who got 6 points. I think they got 6 points each.
Yeah.
So, because I actually predicted Brentford to win. So, good. Well done to them for getting that done. Or getting points for that. I wasn't expecting them to win, to be honest, Brentford. So, well done to them. But it is still going ahead this Sunday. So, if you haven't got your predictions in already, get the score and your first goal scorer. I've gone 3-1 Lukaku, because I think Lukaku is going to tear our back four a new one. Or if we don't literally, you predicted it might be new, Lewis, mate. I mean, I've got to look at the table. I know it was 2 or 3 people who got points, but I have to have a look at it again, mate. Really, why Ramsdale? I don't know, mate. But we've gone with that. We're going to support Ramsdale as well. Some of the abuse, by the way, he's getting, people will do it. I said that I don't get the hype. I don't get the hype on Odegaard. But I've never sent him messages or Ramsdale messages or even on Twitter abuse of how shit they are or how I think shit. I don't think they're shit players. I just don't think they're right at the moment. So why are people abusing them? I don't know, and they shouldn't do it.
We don't condone that. It's crap.
Yeah, it's
if you want
crap.
to abuse someone online, get the fuck in the bin. Go to your mother, slap her uterus, ask why you were born.
There you go. That's what we think, basically. But people doing that, yeah, like you said, stop it. It's just like you can have your opinions as long as they're constructive. Like, I don't think those 2 are ready at the moment what we need in the moment. In years to come, they might be. But at this moment in time, I think we need bigger and better. And people say how big a club we are. Well, we can attract the players then, surely. So, for me, I just don't... We as a channel, as Brian said, we don't condone that sort of thing. Just say that I don't think they're right for this time, or I don't think they're good enough, or something at the time. But don't send them abuse. It's not. It's just unacceptable. So, but again, it's toxic Twitter, as Rogue said, or is a cesspool. So anyway, but particularly he's back. I've predicted 3-1 Chelsea. I think Lukaku is going to tear. I think it'll be Mari and Ben White again, a new one. Personally, I'll try holding back there with White. See how it goes. I think Liam said that on the other stream. I think Ramsdale is better than Arsenal.
Fucking
those
Chelsea
fans that did that, they ain't fans, they're scum of the earth. Exactly, mate.
Correct him. Correct.
Who will replace the role of number 9? Sorry, that's a great name. The role of number 9. Who's
Lacazette.
Yeah, Lacazette. Well, I don't think we would replace it, but I personally, I've been thinking about this. Moussa Dembele, is it Moussa Dembele from Lyon? The one that ex-striker for Celtic. I think he went on loan to Atletico Madrid. I think he would be better than flipping Tammy Abraham for sure, even though I know we're not getting him now.
Dude,
yeah, Moussa Dembele.
Probably in a wheelchair beats him, in my opinion.
He scored 32 goals in 77 games for Lyon. He didn't score for Atletico Madrid, unfortunately, but he only had 5 appearances. He scored 26 and 55 for Celtic and scored 15 and 56 for Fulham, but that was when he was like 17 years old. So he's been at every French international level apart from the full squad. But he scored goals there, 13-25 for the under-21s. Last doing that 2 years ago, last played for them 2 years ago. So again, for me, I'll take a risk on him. I think he's gettable. I don't see why not. I don't think Lyon qualify for the Champions League. I think he's gettable. I mean, I don't know what you think of that.
Well, he is gettable. No one's unachievable, let's be honest. Unless you're going to try and sign a Messi, obviously. But
We've got the new Messi and Odegaard, mate.
Oh, yeah, forgot that. My bad. No, it's definitely gettable. But as you said, don't think we're going to replace him. We might just, we've been training Martinelli to be a striker, even though he is a striker. So maybe he'll be. Or then again, Aubameyang might go up top, and Pepe or Martinelli get his left wing position.
But again, what did you think of Pepe on Friday?
Shite.
It's worrying for me now.
Absolutely. But it's what we've got.
Yeah. But it's worrying for me because if he doesn't hit the ground as running this season, he's off, isn't he? And we spent all that money and we're going to get about half of it back, if that.
Yeah. I think it's 18 months left of his bumper 3-year extended contract that he's got left to run.
It's worrying for me, but I keep saying it, I keep repeating it, but it is worrying because it doesn't seem to be improving. This is why I said to you the other day, I don't think wingers actually suit our game with the way the attacking fullbacks.
Well, no, the problem is wingers will suit any game as long as you've got someone up top to get it. And we seriously lack anyone in the box. So say we had a Calvert-Lewin who's good with his feet, good in the air, he's an all-round striker. The service he would get would be unbelievable. Whether he puts them away every time is different, obviously.
Yeah.
But if we had a Calvert-Lewin, I generally believe that we'll be bagging shitloads more goals than we are at the moment. I'm saying that's only been one game, but in general.
So you looking to get out the door now then? You looking to get... Because I can't see a future for Maitland-Niles. I can't see a future for Torreira, who I'd have over El Neni any day.
Yeah.
I can't see a future for Nketiah. Like I said, we've mentioned Lacazette. Who else do you think will go?
Bellerin, hopefully.
Yeah. Bellerin, yeah.
I think they're going to send Randerson out on loan.
Fucking just get rid.
Well, yeah, that would be ideal. But I don't know. Maybe Maitland-Niles does have a future as a backup right back.
We need to get the shot there to get someone who likes quality players. We're going not Sunday night. Yeah, I know we will, because now the Chelsea fan at work said to me, "We've spent more money than anyone this transfer window. They spent 97 million on one player. So you think their transfer business is done? Think again. They're going to spend probably another 100 million on one player. But it is what it is. They've got the money to do it. We have. Well, apparently we haven't, but we have. But we ain't got the ambitious owners to do so.
This is what leads me into what I want to talk about now. 129 million is it now spent? Unpopular opinion. Kroenke's clearly put money in there for Arteta. It's now down to Edu and Arteta because they are picking not woeful. Let's go with not adequate players they're spending this money on. Let's be fair. We could have had Basuma instead of Ben White. I still don't understand why we bought another centre back. Could have bought Basuma. Could have bought Maddison. Could have bought Calvert-Lewin. Just under 150 million, I think that would have come to.
Well, we spent 129 on what we've had.
Yeah, so just under 150 million, you would have sorted out your attacking mid, your defensive mid, and another striker. Which is basically, apart from right back, is the main issues that we have at this point in time. Goalkeeper, yes. Again, Ramsdale. A goalkeeper and then a right back. And that would have been, I'm not being funny, if we got an half-decent goalkeeper, I'm not saying Ramsdale is that shit, but say you got an Onana for fuck all money, and then you went and bought, I don't know, someone as a right back for not a lot of money, and then also you got to look at selling people, the net spend probably only would have been about what we've paid already.
Yeah, but the thing is, the net spend on that, right, over the last 5 years, because they've been in the transfer window.
Fuck the last 5 years, I'm not interested.
No, Chelsea there. The Chelsea comment there from Gary Treadwell now. Basically, he's saying their spend is nil because, their body was better than ours. But the thing is, because we ain't been in the Champions League,
they can flog like random players for like 40 million. Who
I know. And we sell like people like to sell get Brewster for 23 million from Liverpool, for example. We can't sell we sell Willock for 25. But I mean, Nketiah's looking at 15. You got to sell Nketiah for 25, surely. He's better than Brewster minimum.
We always lowball.
The net spend. Go to back, right, to the last. Go to the first 15 years of that or something. Then then we'll see. Then we'll compare net spends and stuff like that, mate, because it's ridiculous what they've spent. So you can't really compare us to Chelsea and Man City.
This season, right? This window
won't get Basuma.
Not a single Arsenal player would be unhappy with that transfer business, and we would have spent less.
What would you rate our transfer?
Fucking 4 or 5. Money spent,
maximum
okay.
6.
Money spent, okay. Player quality or picks of players that we brought in, shit.
Yeah, up to Chelsea.
It's crap. I'm sorry, but no, I'm not having this bullshit. Oh, it's a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 window. Fuck off. The money we spent should show a lot better fucking quality than what we've bought this window so far. Absolute bollocks. So I will sit there and I will say, okay, Kroenke's put the money in for once.
Yeah, but it depends what we get back from it.
Done with the money? Jack shit.
Nah, big fat 0. Seems, but
it's there to see. The money's been spent on shit.
Do you know my favourite signing out of the whole lot, though? And it's going to sound silly to people. Is that Tavares deal? Because I actually wanted a young left back to challenge Tierney because Tierney's injury problems. So that's my actual favourite signing of this window. And people say, fucking hell, it's only to vote. The only reason why, because I wanted so. But the thing is, it should have stepped up from there. Ben White, again, this fucking phrase, English tax and all that gets my fucking nerves. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But is he worth 50 million? No, he's worth 30 for me, tops.
Maximum.
But we've got him. Hopefully, people say he's going to be class. We'll have to wait. You can't guarantee that. It's a risk. You can't guarantee, like I say, you can't guarantee Odegaard's going to be well classed. You can't guarantee Smith Rowe. You can't even guarantee Saka at the moment because anything can happen in football. Jack Wilshere, for example. So you can't guarantee. It's a big risk. Then when you look at Man United who go and get Varane for fucking 41 million, who's won it all and done it all, and people still say Ben White's better. And I just don't get their philosophy in football. And I'm just like, you can't say he's better. You can't say Ben White's better than Varane. I'm sorry, you just can't do it. It's just
not
ridiculous.
In a fucking million years. Varane's coming to the end of his career.
Well, 28, mate. This is what I mean. You can't
write
him
off. I mean, compared to Ben White, Varane is coming to the end of his career.
Well, not 28, no. He's just about hitting his peak for a centre-back.
The geezer is 10 times better than Ben White. And he cost 10 million less.
Sorry, just an inside joke there, man. That season, I can see it's going to be like last season, pure night shine. That's what Tim just put just before Kurt put that comment on. But I'm glad we got the new Messi in Odegaard.
I fear for this
apparently
season.
So.
I fear for this season.
Again, I'll go with, like I say before, he's better than what we've got, apparently. Odegaard's. Ben White's better than what we've got. Then Conte's better than what we've got. How much time does Arteta have?
November last year. Borrow time is an understatement, mate. Let's put it this way, right? He's had a pre-season. He's had a couple of windows. He's got the players that he wants in. It's now solely on that man's shoulders.
He's had 4 windows, hasn't he? People say he couldn't do anything in that first one. He's had 4 fucking windows.
No, bollocks. Get the bin. The cunt's had 4 windows now, right? He's got the players in that he wants. Let's bear in mind that he's also renewed contracts. So if he didn't want him, he would have fucked him off. So pretty much all of the players are his players, surely. At this point in time, every single person in that squad is who he wants to keep. They're his players.
So how long would you give him? Because a lot of people saying these next two games obviously don't look good. We'll probably lose them.
Look, we're not going to sack him after the next 2 games.
No, we're not.
Sure,
But a
it's
lot of
not
people
obvious,
saying that he's under a lot of pressure if he loses them too.
If we lose to Norwich and who's after Norwich? Norwich and Burnley, is it?
Yeah.
If we don't get 6 points out of them 2 games and at least a draw out of the 2 upcoming, layers.
This is what I mean. So you got to look at it and go, those next 2 games. Again, I'm going to say this as well. I've said this
like fucking 4 points after 6 games.
Yeah, the thing is, right, Emery, we go back to Emery. Everyone wanted him out the door. He's got a better record under the first 18 months. He's got a better record. He played better football for me, for what I've seen. It's not as boring. He did look again. I wanted Emery out. I don't think it was good enough. I wanted Emery out because at the end of the day, it wasn't good enough.
Bullshit.
But it was better than this, right? And the only reason why Arteta, I think, is still in the job is because he's ex-Arsenal. And the only reason why people back him is because he's ex-Arsenal. If he wasn't ex-Arsenal, he'd be out that door the same as Emery. This is why people say, "Oh, Emery lost his identity and all that." All what identity we got now? I don't know what it is. I don't know what identity we got at the moment. It's just sideways football. I mean, we didn't even look like a score against Brentford. So at the end of the day, personally, I think he's on borrowed time. I think it was a shocking opening day defeat. I can't see us getting anything out of the next 2 games. And they've got to make a decision if this happens. Yeah, but it's different for you. This is what I mean. I personally think Lampard weren't good enough, and we wasn't. And you know that.
He wasn't. And they sacked him.
Yeah. But because our owners are cheap and they settle for cheap, you get cheap and you get shit. It doesn't last long. So I personally think he's only in the job because he's ex-Arsenal.
The next 4 games,
if
we don't have 7 points, see you later.
But that's the only thing that's saving him at the moment is that it's that reason. And that's the reason why people back him. Like I said, if he wasn't ex-Arsenal, he would be out the door and everyone would be screaming Arteta out. So that's the only reason why he's there. That's my point I'm making.
No, spot on. As I said, 7 points, 4 games.
People might not agree with that.
If you can't manage that, he needs to fuck off.
I also put a tweet out just about an hour ago, or a couple of hours ago, should I say, about Patrick Vieira. Right. Does Patrick Vieira deserve a statue outside the Emirates? Because he won...
Yeah.
Because he won 3 league titles, including 2 doubles. He won the FA Cup countless times. His last kick of the game, kick for Arsenal, was against Man United in the FA Cup final, a penalty spot. Why hasn't he got one?
Let's go along these lines. The first 3 people you think of Arsenal legends, Henry, Bergkamp, Vieira. Why has he not got a statue? Fully deserved.
He's won more championships with Arsenal than Henry did. And he said, someone did put a comment on there because he left for Juventus. And I said, well, Henry left for Barcelona. So what's the difference? And someone did put that he hasn't been treated well since he left. So I think we have done him a bit of disservice after he left. So Emery's so underrated, spot on the and begin next time for ex-Arsenal. Also think the Pep link gives him extra time. I think. Also, I want to touch on something about Arteta as well quickly. If he was such a good coach and all that for Man City, why did I know people going, well, they had to let him go because it's a managerial job. But if he was that good and that well thought of, why did they let him go so easily?
I can only assume that he asked. He went, look, this is a massive job. I used to play for Arsenal, blah, 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 blah. Then, yeah, that's probably why. But every single person in this world said, no, too early. Well, apart from the Arteta sexuals, but, you know.
But, yeah, is there a watch along on Sunday?
No, we couldn't get the numbers.
if we can get the numbers by tomorrow night, then yes. But if we can't, because people are on holiday, they'd love to do it, but people are on holiday or have got tickets to the game. So simple fact is, most probably not. So, but hopefully, if we can get some names, maybe by even Saturday, because Dave's very easygoing, great guy for the Rose and Crown, the owner, lets us do it for no, he's great basically for letting us do
Top
it.
lad,
So
top lad.
really top lad. So for letting us do it at his pub is absolutely fantastic. So he's letting us have all the time in the world to get the numbers, but it's just literally because everyone's on holiday and going to the game. Then yeah, so Lewis has put, "I'll watch it with you. You can go and fuck yourself."
I've got shit in my hands and clap.
That statue, yeah, he deserves a statue, 100%. I think he deserves a statue personally. But
Yes, but
anyway, guys, we're going to
wrap this up. Remember, there is a protest on Sunday. Apparently,
yeah, there is a protest at 3:00.
3 p.m.
Whether
outside the Emirates.
Yeah, probably the thing is now because we spent money, there probably might not be.
Yeah,
So
no one's going to bother, are
no, this is the
Sounds
thing.
like
They've
my
done
family
that to
now,
shut us up. This is where these deals are coming out to shut us up. They probably sell Aubameyang, Lacazette, and flipping Thomas Partey. That after that. But anyway, we're going to finish on this note. The predicted league, scoring first goal scorer. If you haven't done so already, I'm going 3-1 Chelsea. Lukaku. Don't want it. I'm proven wrong. I hope we fucking smash him, but I can't see it myself. I think Brian, what have you done? It's exactly the same. Same as me. Guys, if you want to go more positive, Arsenal, obviously, go ahead, do it. You're braver than I am. But yeah, get your first goal scorer and the correct score in for the predicted league. I think it's 10 points for the correct score. Is it 7 points for the first goal scorer? And I think it's 3 points for the correct outcome. You don't get the same. You don't get double point. You don't get like correct outcome and score. You only get one or the other.
Yeah, because I got screwed over last season, Matt, didn't I?
3-0 Lukaku hat-trick. Cheers, Tim. We put that on there for your prediction. But yeah, like I say, you can comment on this video. You can comment on any of our social media. You can DM us on Twitter, on Instagram. You can comment on Facebook on any random post. Just make sure you get your predictions in. But guys, thanks for joining us for tonight. Martin Odegaard and Ramsdale still haven't been announced as of yet. They'll probably be announced tomorrow morning. But it looks like their medicals are complete of what I've just seen. So hopefully the paperwork will be signed. And when they join, again, we give them their full support and I hope they prove us wrong. So it is what it is. Hopefully we get a couple more signings through the door as well. Some significant signings are going to improve the squad. Again, we will support those players. Don't send any abuse to these players. Though, Odegaard, I know we don't rate. Or I don't rate them. If you don't rate them, fair enough. Just give constructive feedback as you want, or your opinion, constructive opinions. But don't send them private messages abusing them because it's just unacceptable. So welcome them, and hope they prove you wrong. So that's all we're saying. But anyway. We can only wait and see. Cheers, Tim, for that. Yeah, thanks, mate. You've done put a lot of comments in tonight, so much appreciated. But again, we will be back on Sunday with the Rose and Crown for the usual weekly show. If we can do a watch along, we'll let you guys know. Hopefully, we can because I really enjoyed the Brentford one despite the result. So it was a really good laugh. I mean, Simon come down from Barnsley. We had a really good laugh. So. Again, hopefully we can do one, but we let you guys know. But thanks for joining us tonight, and we'll see you again Sunday.
Laters.